Jason, thank you so much. Good to see everybody here. Happy Friday. My article comes out of CBS News Minnesota, and the headline reads, "Health officials warn about THC products hundreds of times over the legal limit." So hoping the doctors can comment too here. So there's a warning for consumers about illegal high-dose THC products. Minnesota health officials said that they have recently seen products that are hundreds of times over the legal allowable limit. They're calling out Hemp House THC dispensary in Minneapolis's Wedge neighborhood. You'll find plenty of the latest drinks and edibles featuring THC. We have a lot of customers that are curious about THC, says the general manager, Cody. While products on Hemp House's shelves get the green light, that's not always the case. And so I think we're going to talk about, I'm going to guess, although I know I read the article, we're going to talk about folks that are pushing stuff that maybe they shouldn't. And this is according to the Minnesota Department of Health. They're finding that some products are way over the legal limit. And Chris Elverium, the assistant director of Minnesota Department of Health, said, quote, "Many of these are just not legal, and some are not very safe." So in Minnesota, beverages and edibles are allowed to have 5 milligrams of THC per serving. And the health department said that they found close to 40% of THC shops were selling illegal high-dose products, or those that were appealed to children, which is, now we're talking about two different things. So I don't really like how they bake that into to the topic at hand. Like, oh, they're 40%, but also if they're not, they're appealing to children. Stick to one topic, in my opinion. But they said that the department said that the high-risk products are required to be destroyed. And of the 170 inspections that the department did, only 25% of shops were found to be fully compliant with the law. Also a little bit misleading. Is that fully compliant with the law with respect to products and how much, potency is there? Or are we talking about, one shop who might have been required to have a guard, didn't have a guard that day, right? Like, what are we talking about? A little bit misleading, but wanted to note that. And they said that could be for a variety of reasons. They said that if they find violations, they will issue a citation for the order. And if the problem persists, they can fine businesses up to $10,000 per incident, period. And so Elverum also said, quote, "Some of the other non-compliance could mean that they're not registered, the products weren't in place behind the counter or in a locked case." Also, again, now we're talking about product storage, not product potency, but are we talking about other things? Because the list of things you need to be compliant with, as we all know, vary state to state, municipality, but are essentially a phone book, right? So we'll see here. But when the state said that if you come across products that are unsafe and have unsafe THC levels, you should file a complaint with the Minnesota Department of Health. So listen, I know we're short on time. That's my article. I want to open it up for comments. Appreciate y'all having me, and happy Friday. I hope everybody had a great week and a blessed weekend.
Oh, man. Over the limit. We're not even talking about speeding, Chris. We're talking about products.
We're talking about practice, Jason. We're not talking about the score. We're not talking about the score. We're talking about the product. We're talking about the product. We're not talking about potency here. We're talking about the product.
I mean,
out of Minnesota. I find it hilarious that this is the thing that people are getting triggered over. It is, oh my God, it's so strong. It's so strong. I mean, back in the days, we had no labeling on anything. It was just, you just got a bag of something and it was what it was, and take it or leave it. Real traction. And now it's like
it's about. I was gonna say it's about time for that. This is not your daddy's weed.
Exactly.
This is not your grandfather's weed.
That's Damn, right. Son. That's right. It's way weaker. It's only 5 milligrams a dose.
But to my previous point earlier in the show, right? Somebody who doesn't know a lot about cannabis or the industry, that just stumbles upon this article, that takes time to read it, I think we'll connect the dots that, hey, okay, if I go to a legal shop or a licensed shop, they have some sort of criteria they have to meet, and the product, is maybe safer. I think that's how somebody might view this.
This is my point, though, Chris. All right. Ultimately, all of us on here smoked cannabis prior to legalization. Okay, I think I can say that about all of us.
Smoke weed, smoke weed.
So therefore, there was a point in time that all of us were that first person coming in and trying it for the first time, and yet we didn't freak out about this. So why is everybody freaking out about it now?
I think that's a good question, and one that's probably a long conversation, but I think in today's day and age versus when some of us were smoking weed prior to legalization, access to information allows people to grab headlines, per my previous comment, and run with it and twist it and not really do the due diligence.
Oh,
and,
I see what you did there with that twisting right there. Is like twisting one up. Mm-hmm. I saw what you did there, Chris. Look at that. Oh, now he's Michael Jackson.
Twisting the arm. You know what I'm saying? No, man. I wonder if Minnesota employed can I say?
Oh God! Oh geez!
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Jeez Louise.